You're about to discover 3 massive mistakes even smart women make that keep them overstressed, unhappy, and unhealthy. More importantly, I'll reveal how you can avoid these mistakes once and for all and start living your life the way you want to, with grace and ease. Welcome. My name is Cheryl Stanton, and this is video 4 in a 4-part video series. It's designed to help you reduce your stress, increase your happiness, and improve your health. Let's quickly review the massive mistakes that I covered in the last 3 videos that keep even smart women overstressed, unhappy, and unhealthy. First, I talked about the sponge syndrome, which refers to women taking on the responsibility of trying to solve other people's problems. Second, I talked about how women often give away their power, which means other people control them. They do this by playing the blame game, where they blame other people or circumstances for their problems, or they spend all their time dreaming about the future or remembering the past. Last, I talked about how women look for help in all the wrong places. They numb their pain with a variety of addictions, or they bury their pain, which always comes out in bigger and uglier ways, usually in health problems. They could talk about their problems, which keeps them stuck in their problems, or they rely on doctors to fix them, or they could do a variety of all of these. I then turned our attention to the underlying cause of most problems, where they originally started. I said that in the majority of cases they were a result of the emotional negative conditioning or belief systems, what I called emotional mud, that we received as small children. Negative conditioning that we then had to be true to, no matter how damaging it was to us. This negative conditioning is also completely unconscious. Consciously, we don't know why we are getting the results we don't want to have. That negative conditioning or programming is deeply buried in our subconscious or below conscious minds. At the end of the last video, I said that in order to eliminate this negative emotional conditioning or emotional mud, we needed to know where it was stored in our body and how to clear it. This is what we'll be focusing on in this video. The emotional mud or conditioning I've talked about is found in the body's energy system. Energy system? What's that? This is not something we hear about in Western medicine, and as a nurse, I don't know why. Our body is nothing but systems: nervous system, muscular system, digestive, skeletal, on and on, all systems. Why wouldn't we have an energy system? Well, according to the Chinese, we do have one, and it's called the meridian system. It's the basis of acupuncture today. Now, I was a student nurse when acupuncture was first introduced to the Western world, and it was considered way out there woo-woo stuff. And that's because Western scientists couldn't find any energy vessels, like blood vessels, that they could dissect. But they have since developed more powerful microscopes and done things like radioactive dye tracing, and they have found the energy meridian system is exactly where the Chinese said it was over 5,000 years ago. And acupuncture is now an accepted part of Western medicine. So just like with our blood vessels, when the energy vessels are clear, our energy flows clearly and easily, and we're happy, healthy, and productive. But when the energy vessels are blocked or clogged, we start to have problems. Now, because it helps me to understand better if I can picture something, I visualize the negative energy or emotional mud as emotional clots, just like blood clots. And we can have multiple energy clots for the different emotional problems we have in our lives. In my 8 years of research studying many different modalities of complementary health and energy medicine, the most effective tool I found to break these negative emotional clots is emotional freedom technique, also called EFT or tapping. Now, EFT is similar to acupuncture, but instead of inserting needles into the acupuncture points, we will actually tap or vibrate these points while we concentrate on the emotional problem we're trying to eliminate. The exciting thing about EFT is that once we learn how to do it effectively, we can fix ourselves. We don't have to go to other people to fix us. Now, EFT is used all over the world by multiple thousands of people, including hundreds of medical professionals. Now, I'm just going to share a couple of testimonials with you. I'm sure you've heard of Dr. Deepak Chopra. He fully endorses EFT and has said, EFT offers great healing benefits. And then there's a Dr. Henry Altenberg in the States. He said, in my 50 years as a practicing psychiatrist, EFT has proven to be one of the most rapid and effective techniques I've ever used. His comments amaze me because first of all, he's a psychiatrist, and they're usually not all that open to alternative therapies. And second, he's been a psychiatrist for over 50 years, so you think that he really would be especially close-minded. I could also share dozens of testimonials from my own personal clients with you, but I thought I'd share an experience I had at one of my workshops. When I present my 3-hour introduction workshops, I do a pain demonstration and I always ask for a volunteer. And I had one lady in her mid-70s come up who said that she had not been able to use her thumb for 10 years. So I asked her what had happening in her life 10 years ago, and she said, "Oh, my granddaughter died." Now, our opposable thumbs are what separates us from the animal kingdom. With our thumbs, we're able to pick up things. We're able to hold on to things. Now, do you remember in the previous video I said that 85 to 90% of all illnesses, injuries, and pain had an emotional foundation or cause? Well, in this case, the lady had placed the grief of her granddaughter's death into her thumb. She could not let go of her granddaughter. So once we knew the cause of the pain, using EFT in just 5 minutes, we were able to eliminate that pain. And the pain she had had for 10 years, and it never came back. Now that's just one example of the many miracles that I have seen with EFT. So what can you use EFT on? You can use it on anything. The procedure or the technique is the same. What you focus on is different. You can use it for any kind of physical pain or illness. You can use it for depression, for any kind of addiction, for anxiety or panic attacks, any kind of fear or phobia, any type of performance issue, grief, guilt, low self-esteem, being overweight, whatever, you name it. Remember, if you are not living, doing, being, or having what you want in any area of your life, you have negative conditioning or emotional mud that is stopping you in that area. In my experience, emotional freedom technique, EFT or tapping, washes away emotional mud quickly and easily. It's painless. It's non-invasive. There are no lotions or potions or pills to take. And when EFT is done effectively, the change is permanent. So how do you use EFT effectively? If you're serious about reducing your stress, increasing your health, and improving your happiness, I want to help you learn. I don't want you to waste as many years as I did before I was finally able to reclaim my own personal power, restore my peace, joy, and happiness in life, and start rebuilding my life the way I wanted it to be. That is why I've poured my entire heart and soul, all of my mentorship and all my experience into creating a 2-day event called the Bliss and Balance for Life Release Event. Now, I'm not going to make a formal offer for it in this video because I believe that expecting you to make a decision about whether or not you want to spend 2 whole days with me after just watching 4 short video clips is unrealistic. And if you've been listening, I know you've seen the wisdom I've shared. If you want to be successful in washing away the emotional mud and eliminating your limiting negative belief systems, you have to learn how to use emotional freedom technique. I've given you some significant information in this video series. I revealed the 3 mass mistakes that even smart women make that keep them overstressed, unhappy, and unhealthy. I shared with you how we get negative belief systems that create problems for us, and where these negative belief systems are stored in our body. But here is something else that I would like to offer you. So many times when I speak, people are interested in the idea of EFT, but question whether or not it will work for them and their issues. I've listened to their concerns and am responding with a very special offer. So here's what I'd like to offer you. It's an opportunity to have a private one-on-one, calm to the core stress relief coaching session with me. And here's how it's going to work. When you sign up for a private coaching session with me, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, what will happen is that I will send you a brief questionnaire to complete about your life. You'll complete this questionnaire in detail, and before our session I will take a look at it, pore over it, and make sure that I have an understanding of your background and what stressors you're experiencing right now. Then during our time together, I'm going to work with you personally, using the extremely powerful tool of emotional freedom technique to identify what is the number 1 pressing problem that needs to be eliminated in your life right now. We'll work on finding the core issue, the emotional mud, and depending on how deep or buried it is, we might even be able to eliminate it completely during our session. I cannot guarantee that we'll be able to do that in one session, but what I can guarantee is that you will walk away from our calm to the core private stress relief coaching session with more awareness and a greater feeling of peace and confidence than you've had in a very long time. My current consulting fee for one session is $150, and my clients frequently tell me the results they experience are worth far more than what they've paid. My goal is to give immense value to you. I'm sure that you can tell from these videos that I do the best I can to give you as much information as you can use, so that our time together will be no different. I'm going to provide you with an amazing opportunity to get some private expert coaching from me on what could be a serious problem in your life. Now, please keep in mind that not only is this a great opportunity for you, but it's also a great opportunity for me as well. I get to meet you. I get to meet a potential new client. If there's a fit, I'm definitely going to be exploring that with you to see if there's some way we can support each other in moving forward. For example, I have some really excellent programs that I'm really proud of because they get amazing results for my clients. One of them is my Bliss and Balance for Life 2-day release event that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to say in all honesty that after we work together, it'll be very likely that you're going to want to know more about my Bliss and Balance for Life event and how you can use EFT to solve your own problems. But this is what I'm going to insist on. I'm going to insist that if you want to hear about any of my other programs, you wait until after our Calm to the Core private coaching session is over. We're going to focus the whole session entirely on you. If you're interested in anything else, you can ask me about it after the session is over. So let's talk about the investment of time and money. Your investment for your 60-minute Calm to the Core private stress relief coaching session with me, where again I'm going to help you find and eliminate the number 1 cause of a problem that is interfering with the quality of your life, is only going to be $47. This is a huge discount from my regular consulting fee for one session. Only $47 for 60 minutes with me. Here's the thing. My schedule is full. I save a limited number of private coaching spaces on my calendar for these kinds of sessions, so it truly is a first-come, first-served basis. If you are serious about regaining your personal power, restoring your peace, joy, and happiness, and rebuilding your life the way you want it to be, and you would benefit from spending some personal one-on-one time with me, I will be entirely focused on helping you identify the number one cause of a problem in your life, then here is how you sign up for one of those sessions. Look directly below this video. Follow the instructions carefully to register for a session. When you register for your session, you'll be immediately contacted to book a time for your Calm to the Core private stress relief coaching session with me. Time is one of the most valuable commodities these days, so to further encourage you to take advantage of my time and to feel comfortable that you're spending your time wisely, I want to offer you a personal guarantee. Sign up right now for one of my limited Calm to the Core private stress relief coaching sessions. And if for whatever reason you feel that our session is not valuable, all you need to do is tell me directly, and I'll write you a check for the entire $47. That makes it totally risk-free for you. If you're struggling at all in your life, stop. You don't need to. Allow me to help you. Follow the directions below this video, register for a session, and let's get you feeling healthier, happier, and more peaceful. Thank you for listening. I look forward to meeting you in my Calm to the Core coaching sessions. Until we meet again, I wish you all the health and happiness you can handle. Bye for now.